And let's enable the mics. Fun fact, just as we do the transition, the delay came through and the stream started. So yeah, hello everybody. I will be here tonight casting some of the final six invitational open qualifier, the fifth open qualifier with Jenna. I'd usually let you present yourself, but I just make sure that the players are ready, and we'll do so once the game is loading. Yeah, so quick check, is everybody ready? So Drip said PogChamps, they're ready. Okami, are you guys ready? Let's just make sure. They say sec. Okay, yeah, so you might as well go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, hello, hello. Wow, what do I say? We haven't talked in so long here. I am a fellow caster alongside Hans here. Of course, I'm not an ESL caster, but I'm here along for the ride while he gets everything set up and while we get embarked on this really fun open quals journey. I am so excited to do this. Of course, I've never done this before. And let's get right into it.
That's pretty much all there is to it. And oh wow, would you look at this ban wave? What just happened? Not ESL, I was gonna say. Ubisoft, they flicked a switch somewhere in the system. Wow. Sorry, this just fried my brain here.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, let's take a look at the map itself, Villa, while we kind of weave in the bands here. We're gonna have Maverick coming up first. That is quite a normal band, obviously, for the main breaching wall from the study along with the master bedroom. So again, this map is pretty, at least in my opinion, it's a lot of roaming capabilities, a lot of, long hallways, a lot of splits where you are able to watch long angles. So it's going to be really in the attacker's best interest to be able to hold a lot of flanks, to be able to play out their time as efficiently as they possibly can. Set the pace perfectly and be able to attack with the efficiency that they need to, but also have that, that extra kind of maybe flank drone or somebody watching their angle behind them. So, yeah.
You mentioning the long angles that can be held and everything are truly a major factor in this game, and this is why, or in this maps especially, this is why I'm kind of surprised PogChamps, who obviously start on the defensive side, why they didn't ban Jackal rather than Thatcher is a bit surprising to me. Because once again, the roaming presence can be a total game changer, or the anti-roam capabilities of the attackers here.
Yeah, they can definitely have quite the same effect on each other depending on who can really drop the ball first. At that point, you can really assume that whichever team has the better roam presence or whichever team has the better flank watch, aka, flank drone or claymore or even somebody watching it themselves. So, yeah, a couple different factors though. Definitely to go over. But as we walk into our first round, we are going to be kind of going over a couple of bands right here. It's going to be Thatcher, Maestro, and Mira. So Mira being a big operator used on the Aviator and Games site, definitely. Very, very big pick for that site. So it's pretty good that they were able to take it out, kind of take away some of the competition when coming down to that site, because it is, again, a very primary site for most defenders wanting to attempt to actually win out their defense rounds. Normally, it is a site that you would definitely want to go to.
Indeed, but at the end of the day, here we are, games rooms and aviation room. We have as the only ACOG operator, heavy operator, should I say, Echo. So we were mentioning the long angles. I don't really think Echo is going to be roaming. I don't think he's going to be anywhere outside of the objective. So yeah, from on the defender side, I don't really think we'll be expecting too much of a aggressive play. But as I say this, apparently Echo here will be just giving me. Well, he will be making sure that I eat my words here. He tried his best, nonetheless he didn't exactly get the kill, and he obviously does not want to push his luck more than absolutely necessary, so he'll be retreating back into the objective, leaving us with Legion here being the roamer. Do I see anybody else? Apparently, Chala Jaeger is roaming as well, but that's just gonna be about it. Avian is on the actual objective itself. Smoke as well, and as we've discussed, we can see him in his perspective. Echo is here as well. Prompted gets the first kill, as Buck is firing as well, but these are just cautious little pre-fires, pre-shots, and nobody really is peeking that angle.
Alrighty, sorry to kind of take my wow, take my attention off there a little bit. Sorry, getting right back into the game. We are gonna be seeing Jaeger here though. Oh, give me a sec.
Yeah, no worries. So Buck obviously here is trying to play with the verticality. If we just take a look, Avian here is basically lined up with the opening in the floor, but he was not looking at the right direction. So here, after having fired a few shots, Buck obviously knew where this was going to be coming from, tries again, but Jaeger, Avian has moved since. He will be trying to go for a few pre-fires yet. Once again, his luck will be falling short. Nonetheless, he's still alive, still has full HP, so we can't really speak on failure on that part. Neither Buck nor Bandit are aggressive enough to really force one of them to die out.
Yeah, so something interesting here going on. There is going to be a lot of verticality for the attack. Now, the next move that they're going to have to make is going to be one with an actual push, an actual attempt to retake the objective here. So if they are successful in that, they might be able to get off a plant and successfully win out the round. But that is within the 1 minute. That is encapsulated within the round here. It is going to be Jaeger grabbing out the kill on Zofia. Now, Zofia being a very big operator in terms of the verticality that they have been attempting for the defense here, but unfortunately it was completely burned out. Buck getting killed just as I say that by the Echo main.
So the bandit tricksing part has apparently worked. Hibana still has one last X-Karos as the first one. Oh, I was wrong. The second one, the first one was destroyed. The second one, however, blew up right here, giving the attackers a nice little cross angle, cutting off any and all possible rotations within the actual objective itself, but that does not yet mean the attackers are ready to push in. And with only 29 seconds remaining, the timer will be running short. Let's just remind ourselves that we still have a roamer. Chala, however, is looking at the backside, whereas the attackers are absolutely coming from the front. 3v4 situation is Laymoon, the bearer of the diffuser, will be, no, not the bearer of the diffuser, sorry, pushing, nonetheless, gets downed. Will be refragged though. Echo here, nice, one kill. The other one does not work out. Z-Flak, last operator alive in a 1v3 situation, 5 seconds remaining. This is not going to be easy for him.
And unfortunately, the time is going to run out for the Nomad Defenders, winning out round 1. So let's take a look back at the round, shall we? I believe the replays should play here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, let me just prepare those for you.
Alrighty, well, talking about the analyzing part of it anyways. So a lot of it really went down to the attack kind of playing a little bit too aggressive when they didn't necessarily have the intel walking into their engagement. So what I mean by that is, let's say the carelessness of the Zofia, the carelessness of the Buck to kind of try to push up red stairs, make an attempt at making their presence known on the top floor, even though they had complete control of the bottom floor and could have kept on playing, you know, pace themselves out. But unfortunately, it really was the defenders, the Echo, the Bandit, even the Jaeger that took advantage of every single opportunity that they got. They were able to push in, play aggressive enough, and play off of the misinformation that the attack had. And unfortunately for the attack, it was round lost by that time.
Let me just try to figure out what went wrong with the replays here, because we were supposed to have them, and running production alone is not exactly easy. But yeah, we don't have them, even though they were... Alright, I had changed my... I had changed the keyboard shortcut because I was hitting it too often by accident, thus recording random replays that we did not intend to record. Let me just take a look, refresh my memory. Sorry for that, everybody. Control, Alt, Shift, and F6. Okay, I will be sure to hit the right keyboard shortcuts this round. Sorry.
Alrighty, well, yeah, let me just get right back into that in this next round here. We're going to be at 2:45. The defender's still attempting to set up a little bit as much as they possibly can. Doc is going to be sitting on the Asher while he does take himself out of the equation for the window. It is good to be stepping back a little bit here.
So I was hearing an LMG. I thought I don't know why I thought it was gonna be a Zofia with the LMG, but it turns out it's Layman playing IQ with the G8. This is quite a rare occasion here. Not that often will you see IQ playing the G8, and I'm really interested to see how she's gonna be played. Obviously, an LMG has a slower reaction time, so she'll be probably setting down covering fire, trying to lock down any and all possible angles. But that's not exactly the type of role you usually see coming from an IQ. IQ being pretty light. She's not exactly an entry fragger, but she definitely is not usually a support operator. So with all that being said, I will be really interested. Oh, sorry, wrong button. There we go. I'll be really interested to see what she will be doing this round.
So something quite interesting that I'm going to be noting here, for the first part of the round, it really is a lot about the verticality play. I do like the angles that the attackers are creating for themselves. That was a beautiful kill for the Zofia. Just takes the bandit out through the hatch. But as I was
Absolutely
saying,
amazing.
yes, amazing. So anyways, as I was saying, the types of angles that the attackers are making for themselves, especially going up below, attempting to kind of unnerve the defenders from the master bedroom, attempting to hold the wall with their bandits, with the various electronics that they do have. And it's actually quite interesting angles that I'm seeing here. Not only that, but I am interested to see how well the attackers are going to actually push onto the objective, because last round we obviously saw that they were having quite a bit of difficulties with actually setting the pace and walking into the objective itself. So, yeah, I'd like to see something a little bit different from them this time around, but we are going to be seeing a 4v2 situation all the way through the gate here. It is going to be the IQ grabbing the kill on yet another defender here.
Chala has obviously been droned out, but he has a really tight angle, and it will be quite difficult for anyone in the attacking team to push him from that opening at the very least, because they will have to crawl through it. Even though he's technically not behind any piece of cover, he still has a very strong positioning. With 11 seconds remaining, he will get pushed, but the Zofia's nade was going to be enough for him to get killed. 1v3 situation now. The diffuser is being planted, and Legion obviously knows it, but he also knows that the attacker will be heavily guarded. He hears IQ's pre-fire, now knows where they are, but he is surrounded, and there was not much he could do in that situation.
Unfortunate for the Legion. He did get crowded by all of the attackers, just pummeling him from every single side, and unfortunately, it was a round loss for him even before he started that. I definitely could not imagine him winning out that round, even with, any type of skill that he would have maintained throughout those engagements. But nonetheless, we are going to be put into our third round of regulation. So we are going to be seeing a 1-1 scoreline from both of these teams, and quite an interesting one at that, being that first round, the attackers were completely dominated by the defenders, and second round, we're seeing quite a different outcome. We're seeing the attackers using the verticality, which was once used to the defenders' advantage, really for themselves. So it's quite a different proceeding, quite a different outcome for all teams involved, and I'm quite interested to see what now this round can hold for each team.
So, yeah, sorry about that. Once again, the replays weren't there. Let me just make sure this time that they do work out. And yes, they are going to be present for the next round. That is going to be perfect. With, obviously, a round loss here, we'll be going Astronomy again. And this time we'll be bringing up a bit more of those heavy operators. With that being said, we only have one more, Doc and Echo. Both will be bringing ACOGs. We have seen Drip Bull in here try to go for a spawn kill the very first round. Will he try to do it again? It remains to be seen. He is not exactly near to a window as the attackers are spawning in. Neither is Doc, but he apparently is running to one. And yes, we will be seeing another spawn kill attempt. But a very passive one, I have to say.
Yeah. Definitely takes himself out of the spawn killing situation that he put himself in. And for good reason at that. The attackers are already moving very swiftly into the top floor. We're going to be seeing Zofia moving down 90 hallway along with the support of IQ at her back. A very good duo here. I would definitely not be surprised to see them picking up a couple of kills, especially on the Doc, who's attempting to contest 90. And maybe with the Jaeger getting a flank on those two operators, through the study, you might be able to see quite a lot of action going through the round. We are going to be seeing Doc, however, playing a little bit more passively, is moving back towards the objective, and with good reason. Again, we are going to be seeing Zofia and IQ moving up very, very quickly through these two hallways here. And yeah, actually, definitely would not be surprised if the IQ and the Zofia are able to, just with their presence, take over the complete south side of the top floor.
Absolutely, the attackers are pushing in, and even though nobody has died so far, they have been able to flush out those roamers. There still is technically Jaeger roaming at the first floor, but he will have to come back upstairs, and the stairs are really just a predictable entry point, on which I would expect to see either Claymore, an air jab, or an actual gun holding the angle. So for the time being, once again, even though everybody's still up with 100 HP, Jaeger is basically temporarily out of the picture. So, Prompted here will be pushing in, but he did not know that the smoke was right here. The advantage of surprise being lost, he will be droned out, and he is sure to be pushed again eventually. This time maybe by Buck, or even just being simply flanked by Hibana, who still is a few corners away. And there is also a silhouette right here. It was Doc, who will obviously be destroying those X-Carrols, thus making his presence known, but defusing this possible point of entry into the objective.
Yeah, so something quite interesting I'm seeing throughout this is that there's not a lot of intel droning going on for the attacking team. They kind of really seem to be playing it a lot by ear and a lot by what they're feeling in the atmosphere here. We're going to be seeing a plan, however, going down for the Nomad as the Buck is able to take control of the objective. It is going to be a lot of kills for the attackers, and with Hibana watching closely, she is going to take an advantage of the Doc here sitting in Master Bedroom. They do know where the Doc is, and they do know how to hold the angles here, so they might be able to just get the kill off on him before he can attempt to get anybody else.
It will be quite difficult, though. He's in a 1v4 situation, and yeah, once again, once the attackers are set up, they will be holding just about any angle, and especially since they knew where he was going to be coming from, they knew what doorway to protect. So when you have 4 guns pointed at about, I would say, 2 square meters of area. Sorry for you Americans out there, I'm not so versed in feet and everything. But yeah, so they had very little area to scan and to cover, whereas Doug, who was going to be peeking, he was going to have to check out basically every possible hiding spot, and that was just not going to be viable.
The conversion rate between meters and feet is actually 3. So 1 meter equals 3 feet, I believe. Or 6?
Yeah, it's a rough approximation, but yeah, so it would be 6 square feet of area. The area of your doorway, right? So they know exactly where he's going to be peeking from, whereas Doc had to scan the whole area. Even though my exact metrics may have been off by a few units, the general points, I believe, still stand.
Yeah, anyways, let's get into our next round here. So, okay, so they are going to be going trophy room and statue room again, I believe, or am I just completely...
No, we are.
Okay, I'm completely off here. They're going games and aviator. I am so sorry. I got completely sidetracked. That is my bad. No, but they're going to be going aviator games, and so this time around they are not going to be bringing Doc or an Echo. So they're not going to be bringing those, heavy operators with ACOGs that can hold those long distance angles that we were talking about. Rather, they're going to bring more intel-oriented characters like Mozzie here, and possibly Legion if he were to play his traps right. So I would love to see a lot of intel plays going on for this defense team, because before they weren't necessarily able to play a lot off of the intel with the operators that they had, only really with Echo at that point and with the default cams, but that doesn't really do too much justice for you when you got an IQ in the attacking team's corner. So good that they were able to realize that and kind of play off their defaults.
So you were talking about the intel gathering. Right now he's not really looking at his goo mines, but you can see them through the wall that they're set up in an advanced warning system more than a defensive way. They're set up in the different doorways and staircases so as to know where the pressure is going to be coming from, rather than preventing a diffuser from being planted because the hypothetical attacker has a Guma in his foot. With all that being said, Jaeger will get the first kill here as Hibana's X-Karos, the first batch at least, blows up. The second one will detonate as well, leaving us with an opening on both bomb sites. Benji with a nade kill, but Jaeger... Legion, sorry, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that nickname, that gamer tag, so I will not even try. He gets a nice refrag here, leaving us in a 3v4 situation. Excuse me, 2v4 situation. The roaming game is definitely a game changer this round at least.
Yeah, SMJ picking up on quite a lot more kills here. He is going to possibly be going for some more with his roaming game being on point. Nomad attempting to kill the Mazian. She is very successful in that, but she does get damaged quite a lot. She ends up getting down, and she's sitting in the living room right now, kind of on her own, being that Hibana's left on her own, and it is going to be a win for the defenders right at the end. That was, wow, that was quite a lot of things going on all at once.
Yeah, definitely the roaming game here basically won the whole round. It was a 3v4, then a 2v4 without the attackers really being able to push or to put any real pressure on the objective itself. This was all in all a really quick round.
Definitely. So, this being said, I kind of want to see what is next for the attackers and the defenders. The attackers are going to have to pick up on something very different if they want to realize kind of what they're doing wrong and attempt to change it. So yeah, again, a very quick round shaped up for the defenders, and hopefully, you know, maybe the defenders will pick something new and the attackers can take advantage of it, or vice versa. We will have to see in these coming rounds.
Speaking of the defenders picking something new, they're quite literally picking a new site as a yet third ban wave is happening. This is really distracting because I really want to know what Ubisoft has changed in their settings, as they have sometimes banned, wrongly banned, well, legitimate players in the past, so this is always worrying to me, at least to some extent. With that being said, yeah, they're going kitchen now, and it is somewhat interesting as they have not, the Pog Champs here, won 2 rounds in a row, so they technically had the opportunity, if they wanted to go statues again, which, let's just remind ourselves, they lost 2 rounds in a row, thus giving Okami the 2 points that they have. So their tertiary site here is kind of becoming their secondary site, and to some extent you'd expect them to be more versed into defending the statue's room by virtue of it being their secondary site, but they're forced here in a not as ideal position as they would usually be. The other side of that coin is that obviously by them going in a lesser known objective, not unknown by any means, but still lesser known objective, Okami may not be well versed into attacking it either.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing Legion inching his way up the south stairs here. He might be able to get a couple picks off the attackers if he plays his cards right. But that being said, quite interesting to note, because you could say it is a double-edged sword for both teams going at it, but I am quite surprised that they did not try statue again, because again, if we do look back, I believe it was only one round that was close. Really to being won by the attackers themselves. So, I mean, if they really tried it again, they should have been able to get that site. But nonetheless, as we walk into this round, we are going to be seeing a very similar push from the attackers as it was the trophy and statuary site. So another roam game coming on for Legion. It is going to be a 4v5 and possibly a 3v5. If the Legion can get a kill, he gets a triple kill. It's a 1v5 now. He gets the double pistol kill, and it's up to the Abana in a 1v5 to have to defend herself, not only defend herself, but have to win the round, pick up the diffuser, and all in 115.
Yeah, this is definitely not looking good. She is bound to be facing a few traps. Those Elby's Prismas were set up in a way to bait the attackers and to gather intel on their position. those Legions goo mines, obviously, whereas Hibana herself will have a hard time gathering intel. The mute jammers were placed in such a way to jam the drones rather than protect reinforced walls, so she will be running blind here, and she'll have the added disadvantage of having her position most unlikely known. We're not talking about Valkyrie cameras, I will concede that, but still, we do have a few intel gathering techniques here by the defenders as she peeks aggressively, gets a nice kill that I honestly did not really expect her to get here. The verticality almost was the end of, I believe it was Jaeger here. You almost got it. Mute will be the next opponent, and there's a Nitro Cell, which she will not be able to escape. Mute winning the round, and yeah, it was getting close, because when Hibana was peeking, the kills she was getting were really aggressive, and you could see that she could just keep on going.
Definitely, but fortunately she was going to be shut down by the Nitro Cell, and we are going to be seeing the round in its entirety being completely dominated by the Legion. The Legion is definitely going down as the MVP for that round. We're going to be seeing the replays right here. First kill on the bucket, then he'll be the second kill, and I believe it was the Nomad in the third on the IQ, if I'm correct, but regardless, it was absolutely amazing play from Legion. Great game sense, great fragging ability. All in all, it was just, I mean, he was unstoppable at that point. Yeah, we are going to be seeing the replay here. It's Abana, then it's Nomad, or sorry, is the IQ.
I just realized there was a team kill in the replays. Sophia team killed her teammate, which I believe was IQ. Therefore, Legion did not. Was it Legion? Yeah, exactly. Legion only got 3 kills. He would have gotten 4 if not. Or I might just be completely wrong here, but I did see a team kill, which you did not pick up on the first time it was seen. And in the chat, we do hear Supernova saying his gamertag is Jarvis. So the Legion that we're spectating, the M should be pronounced as an A, thus rendering it to Jarvis. And add an I in there. Thank you very much, and once again, sorry for the added delay if we're not exactly responsive to the chat. There's a 4.5 minutes delay on the stream here. As it is ESL standard, it is, however, really difficult to hold a conversation given that kind of delay. So we do read the messages. Sorry if we don't respond to them because of the factors I just mentioned.
Got it. So, yes, quite an interesting name to be named Jarvis, but nonetheless, we are going to be seeing the Sophia and the IQ getting a very quick start to the round, as they normally do, coming in tandem through Kitchen. So this is going to be a very different push for them, and hopefully we're going to be seeing something new from them, as we are going to be seeing Vigil as well roaming. So again, quite a lot of emphasis on the intel with the Valkyrie, but yet again, no heavy ACOG operators for the defense. So it is going to be a little bit of a switch up for them, but we're going to also be seeing Valkyrie roaming through living room. She does seem to be undetected by any droning ability that the attackers have, so if she does get a quick flank here, she might be able to pick up quite a lot of kills, as Legion did the previous round.
Definitely what I like to see here is that the PogChamps, they're always switching things up. So the intel gathering used to be Legion and Alibi. This time it's a Valkyrie. The roaming operators were last round Legion. This time it is going to be Vigil, which is, quite passive here. He seems to be expecting somebody from the basement, which is just not going to happen. We just saw where everybody was, and that Nitro Cell was not going to get a kill. It was definitely intended as a way to open up the line of sight, but it ended up being gadgets or a piece of utility used for very little to actually no result. So it's quite disappointing for Valkyrie, at least, to see this kind of utility being basically lost. But with that being said, the roaming game has been foiled so far, and therefore the attackers are still keeping pressure on the objective. Playing verticality like that might get you a couple of kills, but it will not get the diffuser planted. This is why I am very keen to see what Kilo here Hibana is going to be doing, because with only 47 seconds remaining, you have to get on the objective pretty quickly by now. The defenses on the side itself have not yet really been destroyed or been eliminated. Only that one reinforced wall has been opened up by Hibana, and this is very little accomplishment with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Z-Flag here, Nomad, sorry, will have to push in quite aggressively, and we do see a silhouette, I believe it is Jaeger, right here holding the angle, holding the line. The flash, however, will get him. This is obvious. He will be rushed, but the wallbang barely does not happen.
Nomad, interestingly enough, with the diffuser, does get taken down with about 7 seconds left. Oh my lord, it's a 2v2, now a 1v2 situation. Sophia has the diffuser, but she gets shut down by the mute last second. Unfortunately, the defenders are going to win out that round very last second. I think what we can definitely call that is poor timing. Definitely a lot of poor timing. The pace was not very set for the attackers. They were playing, again, a lot on the verticality, but it was not very decisive. They did not have, anybody going in there as a catalyst to start any change, to start any type of plant or something like that, especially with Nomad being the one who was playing very aggressive and she was the diffuser bearer. It's kind of interesting at that point, almost odd to really see those characters being put in play like that, but nonetheless it did end up being a round loss for the attackers, with the defenders hooking up a very quick round for themselves at 4-2 now.
Yeah, and this is going to be the role swap. So it always happens, you never know if the one or the other team is really good or really poor at either attacking or defending. I know this was a really vague statement, and it was intentional that way, because with the role swap, the tides may completely shift here. As always, it remains to be seen, but I'm quite interested to see how this is going to affect the habits of either players. Are there new strategies on attack or on defense that we'll get to see? Apparently, yes, since Kaid will be picked here right at Okami's first opportunity. And PogChamps will be bringing a Jackal along. Both of those operators had not been played by the opponents. Therefore, we will be getting a puff of fresh air here.
Yeah, something quite interesting to note about the use of Kaid and Jackal. Kaid obviously being used on the main wall, so they are going to be expecting quite a lot of pressure from the study walls, even though Kaid currently seems like he's roaming right now. Yeah, he's going to have to make a swift... Oh, sorry.
Both Artois claws are still in his back pocket. He hasn't used them so far. Okay, as I say this, I was going to say careful about identifying the main walls as being the center point of pressure. But yeah, he will make me eat my words. Sorry about that.
It really does seem, though, like the main walls are, for the most part, the center of pressure in general, because we did see a lot of pressure so far from the other attacking team, so you gotta expect, that they are going to be expecting, their strategies being used with the other team, if that makes any sense. But nonetheless, along with Jackal being used, Jackal, very vital roaming operator for quite a lot of strategies, this not being an exception to that. We are definitely going to be expecting quite a lot of shutting down for this roam situation here. It doesn't really seem like the defense, however, is going to be doing a lot of roaming. So Jackal might be rendered ineffective by the time he tries to get anything done. But regardless, we're going to be put into about 140 in the round. IQ is already going to be seen in study now, kind of creeping her way up to the game's doorway here. She's going to be putting down a claymore, and so far nothing is going to be set in motion for hard breaching on the main wall. So Kaid himself might be rendered a little bit useless by this point.
Kaid, who has come back on the objective itself. I was really expecting him to make a stand and really make a point of holding the corridor, though it would have been a difficult point or a difficult part of the building itself to hold. It could have cut short everything the attackers may try to put into place. If you cannot even take control of the corridor, how can you expect to make it to the objective, right? All of that was going to be for naught, but Echo is still there trying to go for the wall bangs. He apparently knows that Jackal is there. Jackal will, by now, exactly know where his opponent is, and if he tags the feet, this could be really dangerous here for Kilo, who will not exactly be flanked, so we see that nobody's coming up from the south side, but he is going to be facing both Zofia and Jackal on the east side as Kaid goes out of the objective again, barely peeking here. enabling Echo to get back on OBJ. This is good, obviously, for everybody involved since nobody died, but this will be the drone hole that will be the end of prompt drip and bowling, sorry. As we will be pushing here, the Nitro Cell will not get a kill. 12 seconds remaining. We have to push in aggressively. Zofia Jarvis, I believe, gets a kill, and the kill feed was just littered with PogChamps' names. We did not see everything happening, but they all came in from different angles at the same time, and they all got their kills, apparently, with IQ here getting a nice double kill as a final kill cam.
You can definitely say that the pace of this round was very equal, very well thought out, and very well executed. The attackers did take a lot of time attempting to get the objective. Obviously, putting pressure on the Echo was the right thing to do at that point. Was able to push back, make the right move, but in the end, with the attackers putting so much pressure on the different doorways, they didn't even have to hard breach in order to walk into the objective and get the kills that they wanted. So, kind of really does speak volumes about the attackers' abilities, along mostly with the defenders' abilities. If you think about it, they weren't necessarily able to defend all the different angles coming from the attackers themselves. I mean, they only truly pushed into 2 to 3 doors in the objective, so if you could really imagine the different types of angles that the defenders could hold, it's not too hard to say that that could have been an easy objective to win for the defenders. But nonetheless, they were going to be going back to the same spot this time around onto the 7th round, or I believe the 8th round. Yes, the 8th round. Sorry about that. They're going to be going on to Games and Aviator. So it does seem like the same composition is going to be used for Okami, with the Echo coming in, Smoke, Jaeger, and Bandit, and then Kaid. So we can again, once again, assume that a lot of card breaching is going to be assessed for Kaid here, as he is going to expect the Habano or possibly Thermite with this attacking team's composition is going to be put into play.
Yeah, sorry about not really being, not really doing a good observing job. I was setting up the bots, as a few people have asked for the casters through the commands. I have just started up the program. This will give us some headroom to concentrate on the game, and I will take this as an absolute compliment here.
Yeah, he said it's better than CCS. CCS is, if you don't know already, CCS is basically a semi-pro league that does a lot of casting, and it's basically an exclusively casted league. It's kind of like ESL in that way, but a little less professional.
Yeah, don't worry, I know about them. They had the Women's League final last weekend, if I remember correctly. And yeah, especially since we're a two-man production crew here and you doing nothing but casting, no offense, right? I'm doing the observing, casting, and production at the same time. This is a really, really big compliment here I'm getting, because I'm a one-man freaking army. So yeah, thank you all for the compliments and for the kind words. This is, however, starting to be to shape up as a rough round for Okami here. They're already down to a 3v5 with over a minute and a half remaining on the clock. The attackers will have plenty of time, as I say, this 2v5 situation. The attackers will have plenty of time to push into the objective, as Smoke here barely misses his first kill, leaving us with Laymoon in a 1v5 situation. His position was not known. I was wrong, though. PogChamps just funneling into the objective. This is going to be the first flawless round so far.
Wow. Well, what we could definitely say about that is that was a clean rush from the attackers at the end of the round there. They were able to take advantage of a lot of the engagement they put themselves in, especially with the aggressivity, the aggressivity of the defenders, especially when they had the intel where they knew exactly where they were in place, where they knew basically where all the roamers were. It was very good intel capturing on their part, and in effect, very, very good engagements, very good executions, and I don't really have too much to criticize on their part, even though I have been a woman of criticizing as of late, but I don't really have anything too much to say, because it was basically perfect.
Absolutely. Well, it was a flawless round after all, right? Flawless is pretty much a synonym of perfect, if my understanding of the English language is to be at a casting level. With that being said, we are in a match point situation. PogChamps definitely pulling ahead here. It was, at the 4th round, a 2-2 situation points-wise, but since PogChamps have done nothing but winning, Okami on a unfortunate losing streak here, they will be able, or they'll be free to go defend wherever they want. And yeah, they'll be going statues and hunting room this time around. Apparently, they're not exactly confident in their capabilities of protecting the aviation room. So are they starting to be somewhat demoralized? Are they starting to um, doubt themselves? I don't know, but to me it kind of seems like a conceit of defeat that they're not going at their primary objective for the possibly last round.
Yeah, so as you say that, Okami being on the back foot, we are going to be seeing the match point 6-2 situation. I'm going to explain to viewers really quickly what we mean by this. This is going to be the possible no point of return for PogChamps and Okami. So no point of return meaning that it is going to be a very, very steep climb for Okami to make back those points they lost, and they're going to have to do it very consecutively. So not only will they have to climb up a steep hill, but they're going to have to do it very consistently and without fail at that point. So if the PogChamps misstep or they aren't necessarily able to execute what they want, Okami is definitely going to have to take advantage of that. Otherwise, they might lose. But as I say that, Jekyll is going to be down by a roaming operator. We're going to be seeing 2 kills coming from Prompted. That is going to be a Nitro Cell double for the Jackal and the Nomad, 2 very vital operators in terms of utility for the attacking team so far. So we are going to be left with IQ, Zofia, and Thermite. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, so here Prompted will be slowly but surely identified and pushed. So we can see here IQ obviously making use of her gadget, but Pulse, he exactly knew where she was going to be. It's thanks to the Yokai drone, which by the way I believe still is alive. So Prompted here got a triple kill. He is on his way to get the ace, and he is pretty much set for another wallbang if his opponent does not move too much. I believe this was Zofia. But yeah, this is completely going to foil PogChamps' attack. They are in a 2v4 situation now. They still have quite a fair bit of time, so they still have enough time to regroup, drone a bit, figure out what they want to do, right? But hesitating is something that they're not going to be allowed. First and foremost, any and all positioning and rotations will be known by both Echo and Pulse, making it really difficult for the attackers here to gain any kind of initiative and any kind of advantage or surprise. With those factors in mind, I don't really see them having an easy way to victory. They will really have to just rush in and win their face-to-face firefights, because once again, outflanking the Okami team here will be next to impossible.
As we are going to be seeing another wave of banning yet again by Ubisoft. This might be a misstep on their part in terms of administration, but nonetheless, we're going to be seeing Thermite and Zofia inching up on Statue Room. So they are going to be smoked out here. Zofia is going to be the first one to go, and it's going to be Thermite right behind her as they attempted to funnel into an objective that was very, very closely guarded.
So yeah, Benji with the impact nade, I did not really have time to mention the castle's barricades as well, because they were also going to limit the attackers, the 2 remaining attackers' options, offensive-wise, right? So this was really predictable and all in all pretty easy. The only thing I might say was disappointing, and it is really a minor gripe, having Pulse get the ace would have been beautiful, perfect, and the ideal redemption, because let's remind ourselves, they are in a match point situation. Any and all mistakes is going to be fatal to them, and just coming back from a losing streak with an ace would have been perfect. But yeah, Benji still got a really nice flank on. He got the double kill, right? If I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Teamwork was perfect.
Yeah, and to note one of the comments that we had in chat, I believe it was Supernova that said the casters also know what they're talking about and don't make up random shit. Yes. Yeah, again, we'll take another one as that is being a compliment, because yeah, we really do appreciate the compliments, me especially, because I know Hans is working his hardest, working his butt off to make this production work, especially because we have not casted with each other in a while, and we're kind of at this quality, so we're really in the warm-up phase at this point, if you want to say that. It's, at least for me, I'm definitely in the warm-up phase, so as we go throughout these games, we'll definitely be a little bit better, hopefully, especially with chemistry, you know, synergy, that type of thing, so hopefully you'll be able to see an even better production quality as the time goes on.
Well, to be honest, I definitely have made up some random shit in the recent future,
Yeah.
and the chat was
Yeah.
not too kind in pointing that out to me. You weren't there. Maybe you were talking about. Oh yeah, no. The last time we had casted together, we had major technical difficulties, but I was referring to just a casting mistake I did. I was pointing out something which was totally wrong, and the chat just let me know in a really direct way. Let's just put it that way. Therefore, you learn from your mistakes, right? I will say I am better than I was last weekend.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely say that myself. You know, it's simply just a mistake, I would say at that point. I definitely would not blame you for that one. But walking back into the actual gameplay, we're going to be already a minute down on the clock. The attacking team is attempting to put their strategy in place here. They are going to be up on top floor already. Pulse sitting down below in the winery area. He is going to be moving steadily up the stairs, however, now attempting to possibly make a couple picks if he were to say so. We're going to having Nomad in the library area attempting to hold angles as she will. And then Jaeger coming up on south stairs is going to possibly attempt to flank, which I am so interested to see being played out because the attackers so far seem to be quite oblivious about this one. So if we are going to be seeing a flank, it possibly will actually work, especially from the Pulse and the Jaeger doing this in tandem. We might be able to see quite a good set of plays here.
The attacker's oblivion really does come from the fact that they're so slow and they took the long route to really make sure no drone was going to see them from the say expected staircases, right? They really took their time flanking and it paid off. With that being said, though, they only got a kill and Jaeger has been lost as well. So if you want to count the manpower on either teams, no team is really going to take the upper hand out of that firefight. But the time being played, or the timer running slowly but steadily low, this is going to start to be a factor here. Sorry, my English sentence forming was not at its best. But yeah, the timer is slowly running out. The long flank really took its time, and this is where the defenders are getting the advantage. Though the attackers now have the upper hand in the manpower here, Prompted will be pushed, not exactly back, but he will kind of fall back into the objective. And now he is behind Zofia, who, Ash, sorry, who really did not see that coming. He'll be going for the double kill, but no, Zofia was there ready for him. PogChamps will be winning that first round. And yeah, sorry for not putting as much hype as I could have. My English still needs a bit of warming up, as you pointed out earlier.
Yeah, but wow, quite an eventful game for PogChamps. Amazing rounds for them. Again, beautiful execution and great plays overall from both teams. I would have to say, they tried their hearts out and one team just came on top victorious. So that is going to be our first game for this open quals round here, and hopefully we'll be able to come back with a little bit more warmed up.
Oh, absolutely. This is something we will not stop practicing until the next game starts. And
Definitely.
quick explanation for those in the chat that aren't players or directly supporting the players, or otherwise that don't know exactly how this is going to work. This is not exactly your standard run-of-the-mill Go 4. Therefore, it will work in a slightly different way. This scene was supposed to switch. There we go. It's going to work a bit differently. The matches have a set start point. The next round is supposed to start at 8:30. Except if both teams are down to start a bit earlier, we should have around half an hour downtime between this game and the next match. So even though we're kind of apparently not too shabby at talking and keeping it interesting, I don't think we'll be able to talk out of our asses for 30 minutes without it getting repetitive or boring. So yeah, we'll wrap this up eventually and head into a be right back screen. The one thing I want to point out to the chat is, as an ESL caster, we can cast just about any game that is not already being casted by somebody else. So if you want us to cast your match or one of your friends' matches, just let us know and we'll be sure to do so.
Wow, okay. So I just checked the Twitch stream. It says currently on your screen that you do have 46
Yes.
viewers, but wow,
Yes.
we peaked at 63 so far. It seems like.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
63 viewers. That is absolutely crazy. That is wow. That
This is way
is
above my
wild.
average. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
way above it. It must be because we're casting the the open claws, but
Oh
wow.
yeah,
Thank you everybody coming into the stream. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. And again, next round we will be back with so much more to talk about, so much
absolutely.
more, excitement, and hopefully we'll be able to keep you guys tuned in and entertained for this one because it should be a really good match.
So yeah, before already announcing which map or which game should I say we're going to be casting next, I do want to give it time um, uh, for the stream delay to catch up with the stream and to have them uh, chime into that. But yeah, just about every game or most of them are finished by now. We still have a few matches that are ongoing. So round two, oh yeah, round two is not yet available. So we literally cannot identify the games until 8:30. So yeah, obviously we've peaked at 64 right now since the players who just finished the game came back, so this just boosted up to 10 more people. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say by now, so I will kick us into the Be Right Back screen. Last chance to say something before we cut the mics.
Well, I just want to say that hopefully you guys can tune in for the next match here. I know it is going to be at 8:30, but if you do want to hear our beautiful voices, especially Hans because he does have a beautiful voice, I will say that. Um we will be back eventually, and yeah, I'm super excited to cast the next match and definitely warm up a little bit more.
You know what I will do? Instead of just using my usual, the replays weren't shuffled. This is why the chronological order did not really make sense when we were seeing them. Sorry about that. I will make sure to change this for the next game. But yeah, with that being said, instead of using my regular boring Be Right Back screen, I will use the replays that we've just recorded as the Be Right Back screen, making sure that we have a, say, more entertaining or more dynamic pause screen, right? Because when it's paused, nothing much is happening. So yeah, this is what there is to expect. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the support. We will be back in 26 minutes if the timer is to be trusted here. Once again, we will see you guys shortly.
you